Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Roscoe, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Roscoe's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we are working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Roscoe has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Roscoe is seated nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they'll demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Roscoe take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Roscoe heel, and then you start walking and he falls right in line on your left-hand side. And we've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, Roscoe will sit, just like that. Now it's important when you're heeling Roscoe that he walks nicely at your pace without trying to pull ahead of you or lag behind. If he did attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, you say no, give a tug and let go correction to the training collar, repeat your command to heel, and then start walking again. And the next command we're going to demonstrate is our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred uses the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Roscoe's muzzle, the one-word command to stay. He then walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build up self-control and maturity in Roscoe. You can start practicing this one at about a minute and work your way up in increments to about 3. Now as Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, providing an added distraction as he goes behind, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Roscoe held that sit-stay throughout. Fred gave him a little praise and then heeled him right out of it. We'll show you a little more of that heel, sit, and stay. There's the automatic sit. And as they come back around, he gives them the stay again, back out to the end of that leash.
Roscoe, come.
This time he'll demonstrate the come or recall command. Instead of returning back, he comes and sits right in front of him. And then the finish, Fred heels him right around the back of him and gets him right back to that left-hand side heel position, and Roscoe sits. We'll show you that one more time. You have him in a sit, you give him a stay, walk out to the end of your leash. And the recall, Fred calls him in by his name. He comes in, Fred has him sit right in front of him. And then our finish move, Fred heels him right around the back of him and gets him right back to that proper left-hand side heel position, and he sits nicely. Now this is a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Roscoe 15 to 20 minutes a day to help keep the commands fresh in his mind. You can see he does enjoy doing them as his tail's wagging the whole time. He definitely wants to please you. And you can practice your commands inside or outside and just incorporate them into your daily routine with him. Next we'll be showing you our down commands. The first is down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives him a stay and walks out to the end of that training leash. It's another great exercise to build up that self-control and maturity in Roscoe. This one you can start practicing at 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. As he returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around as he did on the sit stay and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Roscoe holds that down throughout and Fred heels him right out of it. We'll show you that down command again when they come back around. Now you see Roscoe's doing very well, but if for any reason he doesn't respond to one of your commands, it's always important to follow through. We've ingrained the word no, so the first word out of your mouth is always no, followed by a tug and let go correction to that training collar that he has to feel, and then you repeat the command that you gave him. Now Fred gave him a down again, and a stay, and walks back out to the end of that training leash.
Roscoe,
This
come.
time he'll show you that recall command right out of the down position, calls him in using his name, comes, has him sit right in front,
Roscoe.
and then the finish, Fred heels him right around the back of him and gets him right back to that proper left-hand side heel position, and he sits. We'll give them a second to get lined up for our down from a distance command, which will be next.
No.
You see a slight tug and let go correction there.
Stay.
Now this will be our down from a distance. You're going to have him in a sit, give him a stay, walk out to the end of your leash. It's the only time you're going to use your right hand to give the command,
Down.
and Fred drops him into a down from the end of the training leash. Perfectly done. He'll then return back to him once again by walking all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position.
Roscoe, come.
Okay, those are our basic commands. Now we've also gone ahead and just started to advance his training a little, and by working some of his commands off leash. So we're going to demonstrate a little of that. Obviously, we don't intend for you to do this when he first comes
Stay.
home. We want you to practice 15 to 20 minutes a day with him on leash, but this will show you what he is capable of if you build up by working with him 15 to 20 minutes a day. So Fred had him in a sit, he gave him a stay, dropped the leash completely, and then walked the perimeter of the building, comes all the way back to him, he holds that sit stay throughout. Now he gives him the down, still completely off leash, and a stay, walks away again, and walks the perimeter of the building. And then he comes back to him, to that left-hand side heel position, picks up his leash and heels him right out of it. Perfect. All right, those are the basic obedience commands we've worked on with Roscoe here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Roscoe, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.